Roughly 2 weeks after this picture was taken, Andrew hopped on his bike and went for a ride. Unlike every other time he rode his bike, Andrew forgot to put on his helmet. He was hit by a car and suffered severe head trauma. Bound to a wheelchair, Andrew is now 31 and speaks to students about the importance of wearing a helmet.
You need to be safe all the time, not just sometimes or when you feel like it. Because one bump on the head or whatever can change your life forever, like it did me. If I can make the difference, if I can help just save one kid's life, I'm doing my job. I speak so that I help the kids learn so that they don't have to pay the price that I paid.
Andrew was one of the guest speakers at the Awares Public School Bike Rodeo recently held to remind the students to be safe out there on their bikes, especially with the summer holidays just around the corner.
If anything, we really want to reduce the amount of head injuries in children that are not wearing their helmets when they're involved in a collision on a bike. I've done 4 schools in the outlying areas already, and every child has received the education, and hopefully they go home and they tell their parents, and therefore it's reinforced even more. Having Andrew with us today, hearing the story from a real person that something tragic has happened as a result of an accident, as a result of forgetting, which is something we all tend to do from time to time, hopefully brings that message home to the kids and therefore reduces the amount of head injuries.
Many kids are wearing their bike helmets, but either they aren't properly fit or not even done up. So Constable Baker demonstrated to the kids exactly what they need to do for a proper fit.
Okay, so first of all, you're going to make sure that there's a snug fit. We're going to do what's called the 2-for-1 rule. I'm going to do up the helmet. We're going to check to make sure. You take your fingers and put 2 fingers up above your eyebrows. Your helmet should be no more than 2 fingers above your eyebrows. And then we check to make sure that there's a V. Can you make a V with your fingers? And put them over your ears. And there should be the distance between the top of the helmet there and your V should be with your fingers, like that. Then you take one finger and put it under your chin because you don't want it too loose. But you also don't want it too tight that it cuts off your swallowing, okay? So how does that feel?
Good.
Good? And what's nice about the new helmets is if children are riding at night, they can actually be a little more visible by this red light, and it also flashes. So we see that quite commonly now, people riding, especially commuters, even adults, early in the morning when they're going to work.
Law enforcement across the Algoma District, along with Algoma Power, will once again this summer be operating the Play Safe Summer Safety Program.
When we do see kids obeying the safety rules, wearing their helmets, wearing their knee pads, doing anything safely outside, even playing nicely with their friends on the playground, it's a great way for the police to interact with the youth, and they have a chance to get a free ice cream cone and a chance to have a conversation with a police officer.
The bike rodeo wrapped up with the students going through an obstacle course, practicing their hand signals so they're safe when they hit the roads this summer. June is Brain Injury Awareness Month, and properly wearing a bike helmet each and every time you head out for a ride is one way you can prevent an injury. For a wealth of safety information, check out canbike.net. For Shaw TV, I'm Jonathan Perriard.